What's up everyone, Mr. NoobTube Gamer giving you guys another Call of Duty Modern Warfare gameplay commentary. Today we're playing Ground War, and there's a reason why I'm playing Ground War today, because it leads perfectly into what I want to talk about today, which is how Call of Duty, more specifically Modern Warfare 2, has the potential to destroy the Battlefield series once and for all. Because let's face it guys, the Battlefield series is at the absolute lowest point it has ever been, between the disappointment of Battlefield 5 followed by the abomination known as Battlefield 2042. There has never been a better opportunity for a game publisher to kind of create a Battlefield-like experience without the name Battlefield in it and actually end up taking all the Battlefield players with them. And I think of all of the video games out there that could potentially do this, I think Call of Duty has the best potential. Not only because COD and Battlefield have had an epic rivalry for many years now, but also the fact that Call of Duty has already successfully made a Battlefield type experience with Ground War in Modern Warfare 2019. Now, that mode left a lot to be desired, and there are a lot of Battlefield fans, I would say the vast majority, that believe that, Ground War and Modern Warfare doesn't even come close to replicating the Battlefield experience. And that's obviously true, because there's no destructible environments, there is a lot, it's just the maps are not as well refined and as big and as ambitious as what we come to know from Battlefield. I mean, with Modern Warfare, they literally ripped chunks off of the Warzone map and put them into Ground War and called them Ground War maps, right? So yeah, there's definitely a lot of work that needs to be done if they want to be serious about competing with Battlefield. And when I mean compete, I don't mean like making more money, because Call of Duty has always made more money than Battlefield, but I mean compete as far as making an experience that is exactly what Battlefield fans in particular are looking for. So they laid a good foundation with Modern Warfare 2019. I actually called Ground War the best part of Modern Warfare because the 6v6 multiplayer is horrendous. The maps in the regular multiplayer are awful. It's honestly, if you just base it off the regular multiplayer, Modern Warfare 2019 is probably the worst Call of Duty of all time. But I really, really enjoyed Ground War. Like, it kind of was its own thing. It wasn't trying to be a direct copy of Battlefield, even though it was a Conquest-like experience with 64 players. But it definitely felt a lot more tight-knit, a lot more close-quarters engagements, a lot less campy than your typical Battlefield experience. And you also weren't spam-killed by vehicles as much as you were in Battlefield. I mean, you had certain vehicles like helicopters, but you didn't have all the jets and all that other shit going on. So it was a pretty unique experience, but there also is room for them to expand upon it more and create a full-on Battlefield experience. I think they could do both. I think they can kind of do their own thing, have the kill streaks, do all this stuff, like stuff that Battlefield fans wouldn't necessarily want, but also create a new experience with Ground War, adding destructibility, adding all these things, having much bigger maps and much more vehicles and all that stuff. I think they can split Ground War into two different modes for Modern Warfare 2 and have, like an arcade mode where you have the kill streaks and you have all that, and it's more close quarters and it's not as big. And then you have what they can call immersive Ground War, which is basically Battlefield. It can be a completely shameless ripoff of Battlefield, because why not at this point? DICE has proven that they are incapable of delivering a high-quality gaming experience. They haven't really done that since Battlefield 1 in 2016. I know a lot of people didn't like Battlefield 1, so you could say 2013. Either way, it's been a number of years since we've had a half-decent Battlefield game. And I really don't care about the excuses, okay? Because Battlefield 4 launched in a horrendous state in 2013, 2 years away from Battlefield 3, 2 years after BF3. We got Battlefield 4, and at launch, it was absolutely horrendous. So, yeah, I mean, at launch, BF4 was pretty shitty. It was actually the worst Battlefield game at a certain point. But they actually worked on it. They actually continued to support it and make it a great game, which they did not do for Battlefield 5, and which they're probably not going to do as well when it comes to Battlefield 2042. I mean, the fact that they're doubling down the specialists, we get, one map in 8 months? What the fuck? So I think it's high time that someone else steps in and actually creates an experience that is worth playing. Especially considering the fact that Modern Warfare 2 is going to be it's going to have another year of support, because usually after 1 year, after a Call of Duty game comes out, it's completely done and all focus is on the new one, right? But for the first time ever, we're actually going to have a Call of Duty game with 2 years of support rather than 1, because apparently we're not going to be having a mainline Call of Duty game in 2023. They're going to continue to go with Modern Warfare, and then whatever Treyarch's working on next, I assume it's going to be Cold War 2, but instead of being in between the events of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, it'll be in between the events of Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. That's what I think Cold War 2 is going to be, but we'll see about that. But yeah, what better time to experiment and expand on Call of Duty when you do have something like that, where you have more time to refine the experience and to create more content for a Call of Duty game than you ever had. And that's what they're going to have with Modern Warfare 2. Now, you could argue that between the regular 6v6 multiplayer, the single-player campaign, Spec Ops, Warzone 2, and Ground War, they may be spreading themselves a little bit too thin, but I say if they're going to give more time to develop these games now, they might as well take advantage of that extra time and give us more than we ever had before. And that way, if Ground War does become successful, it'll either force DICE to step up their game considerably, or get the fuck out of the market and stop wasting all our fucking time. That's just how I see it, and that's coming from a longtime Battlefield fan who's been playing since 2010. I think it's time that someone else steps up and gives us Battlefield, even if Battlefield is not on the cover of the game and it's not called Battlefield, even if it's Call of Duty of all things, whatever it is, we need an alternative, because this is just getting ridiculous with the current state of the Battlefield series. I've almost lost all hope, and I'm ready to move on. I know it's a little bit of a hot take, and most people will likely disagree with me, especially if they're longtime Battlefield fans and not ready to let go of Battlefield and all the history it's had over the past 20 plus years, but you can't continue to be loyal to this franchise and to EA and to DICE when they're not loyal to you, the customer, and they keep fucking you over time after time. Like being in an abusive relationship and doing absolutely nothing to get out of it. So yeah, I'm hoping that Call of Duty takes an absolute shit on Battlefield, because at this point, they deserve it, and I'm not going to shed any tears if Battlefield does end up completely dead. As long as I can still play the older games, you know, like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, as long as those servers are still up, I'm not going to cry. Let me know what you guys think about what I said in this video, if you agree or disagree. I'm sure there'll be a lot more disagreement. I know it's a very hot take, but I just wanted to put that out there, that I am actually hoping for Call of Duty to take advantage of the void that Battlefield's left behind. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.